Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2. It's going to be MaxPax and Serral here from lotv.spawningtool.com. Check it out, link in the description. It's a great place to get replays and build orders if you are playing ladder. Good resource. Top right, it's going to be MaxPax. Here on Amygdala, bottom left, it's going to be Serral from Basilisk Gaming. And MaxPax, the spinning logo says Psystorm Gaming. So, gonna be a PvZ between two of the top players in the world right now. MaxPax, we don't know who he is, but we know who Serral is, man. He is the king of Finland. Well, maybe not, but he did get honored by the government of Finland. He has his own land in Finland because he is so good at StarCraft. So, hey, move to Finland, get good at StarCraft, get some land. Hatch firsting here at 16 supply, 16, 18, 17 timing here. MaxPax is going to do a gateway expand timing. Everything is A-OK. And standard here in this PvZ. Haven't cast a game between these two players for a few months now. They didn't match up in, let's see, Home Story Cup. They didn't match up in the last ESL. So, this is an excellent game that I think is going to be maybe the last one that I cast for a while. So, hit that like button. Alrighty then. So, scouting with the Overlord, not seeing anything because there's nothing to see. Cybernetics Core coming up. And then an Assimilator and a second Pylon. Whichever one you want to do first here. Assimilator and then second Pylon. It's gonna be a second Pylon. A musical about StarCraft. Would you watch it? I think I would. Anyway, pool finishing up. How many lings are we gonna make? I want to say 6 or 4. There we go. 4 lings just to account for the Adept that is surely going to show up in just a couple of minutes here. Alright, what's the play going to be here for MaxPax? An Adept, Stargate, and a third base here from Serral here on Amygdala, which is a part of your brain the size of an almond that regulates fear emotions as well as other things. But if your amygdala is weird and not doing its job, you have no fear, which is, you might think that's a good thing, but it is not. Right? Standing in front of a truck, barreling down the highway, fear is a good thing. If you don't have it, then you're going to get run over. So, hacking down these rocks are these unupgraded Zerglings, man. Oh, what a job. What a job for unupgraded Zerglings. Good grief. Ugh. So this Adept is flying in. Ka-cha, ka-cha. That's right. Queens. Queen's chasing away the Adept there, but hey, he sees the third base. He sees the Queen. He sees the creep spread, so it's not a 2-base play. Here from Serral, everything is A-OK here to throw down your own third Nexus. And yeah, if you want to see me cast live StarCraft 2 games, check out Laughin' Games channel or check out souplive.com/Laughin' Games. We cast Soup Global live games featuring players like MaxPax and like Serral, like Dark and like Stats and Rogue and Gumio and I mean all these other high level players there. If you need a link to Laughin' Games channel, let me know, or to Soup Live, let me know, okay? Twilight Council into a Forge after the Stargate. Here is MaxPax, not continuing to produce oracles, just stopped at 2, interestingly enough. 3 is the standard here. And, okay, so these 2 oracles here, taking turns, sniping down creep tumors, sniping down drones, and forcing Serral to throw up a spore colony, spore crawler here, inside his main and his natural base. The third base, nope, we have 3 queens, and that is enough. Here's from our guy, Serral, throwing down additional gateways here. So, no Sky Toss here today. Just 2 oracles into a ground toss. otherwise known as gateway toss. Lair coming in here. Revelation being tossed down to see the lair. And yeah, man, 60 workers from Serral at 5 minutes here. Roach Warren, Evolution Chamber, forming a bit of a wall off here in case it is a mass adept play here. But it's going to be Blink. It's not going to be Resonating Glaives. And Blink is excellent, right? Excellent stuff here. Heroes Blink against Zerg is so fast and so precise, man. He can kill players like Serral, like Dark, like Rogue with only Blink Stalkers. I've been killed by Blink Stalkers. Not by Hero using Blink Stalkers, but man, they can be hard to deal with. Hard to deal with there. Oh, a little bit of a recharge up here for MaxPax. And if you're watching StarCraft 2 and you're like, what is that? I haven't watched StarCraft 2 in a while. They got rid of Overcharge and Shield Battery Overcharge and replaced it with a charge, an energy charge here. So the Nexus can basically refill the energy of anything that is nearby, like shield batteries, like, I don't know, High Templar, like sentries, like our oracles here, and just top them off with 50 energy. Used to make warp. Stasis wards here, not warp, stasis wards. I've been reading a few too many Warhammer books, apparently. I read Penitent, a Warhammer 40k novel. Talked about it on the Falcon Paladin Hour, a podcast featuring Somicron and Warhammer, and we talked about Mickey 17. And check it out, link in the description. So, defending the 4th base here is Hydralisks, our Zerglings, our Queens, okay. Excellent stuff here. And transfusing the hatch, just to try to keep it alive a little bit longer. So Hydras and Lings are a good answer here to Stalkers, but the blink, 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 blink. Triggering the Stasis Ward with, I think, 1 or 2 Zerglings here. And then, oh no. Catching that many Zerglings with a Stasis Ward. Ho, ho, ho. Very, very excited about this stuff. What are we looking at here, Serral? Oh my gosh, another stasis here. And these are debris that basically just lose health over time, and then they kill themselves, and then, hey, another path is opened up. Continuing to transfuse the hatchery here, trying to get a surround with these Zerglings, and then blinking out is MaxPax. Trying to surround Stalkers here, man. So, surrounding a Zealot here at the 4th base that is being warped in here by MaxPax. And then, oh man, Hydralisks and Zerglings against Zealots. Oh boy, Zealots, you are not up for this. Not up for this at all. So maybe warping in another one here. Oh, another stasis trap coming up here. And I think it's a cancel. I think it's a cancel on this 4th base. Bam, it's a cancel. And he did get the cancel off. So this hatchery is alive here thanks to transfuse from those queens. We've got charge. We've got storm coming up here from MaxPax and a lurker den here from our guy, Serral the Finn. Crazy, crazy good stuff here, man, from these two players on Amygdala. No bases have died yet. A cancel is almost a death, but you get that refund, so that's nice. New base coming up from Serral. Good golly, Miss Molly. He hasn't even taken this one yet. He's expanding up the left side, though, so okay, we'll see how that works out for him. Got a Warp Prism cruising across the map, maybe for charge lots, maybe for High Templar, like a Storm Drop. Back here would be pretty good. And I do want to give a little bit of a plug out for my StarCraft Evolution casts. Now, look. I know most of you guys are like, yeah, Brood War, gross. It's like when my parents tried to make me eat lima beans when I was a kid. Like, I was okay with most vegetables, but I hated lima beans, like the worst. So I wouldn't eat them, and if they tried to make me eat them, I'd be like, nah, gross. But, so I understand, you feel the same way about Brood War as I do about lima beans generally. Some of you do. But check out the StarCraft Evolution games. They're a lot of fun. I posted an incredible PvP the other day. Oh, here we go. On an island map, 1 Brood War player, Classic, and then 1 StarCraft 2 player, Cheese Maniac. That's a canceled hatch right there. Okay, these charge lots. No, he just straight up kills it. Dude, what is happening right now? That is a great, great, great kill. Serral just asleep on the job. Hydra's okay against charge lots, but especially with Lings buffering, that's when it gets a lot easier. Bam, that we're talking about. Yeah, this Archon's like, nope, not interested in engaging with Hydralisks, not even close. There is, okay, we are getting Tempests. So Murno's like, it's not going to be Sky Toss, but it is going to be Tempest. It is going to be a Mothership here for MaxPax. Anyway, yeah, StarCraft Evolution is just StarCraft 2 versus Brood War in the StarCraft 2 engine. It's a ton of fun to see who's better, right? Who's better, StarCraft or Brood War? Whose units are better? What compositions do you choose if you're a StarCraft 2 player playing against a Brood War player? What gets, like, what's really good? What's bad? What do you have to learn from? It's a lot of great stuff, so I encourage you to check those out if you haven't. Give them a try, and maybe it's not your thing. Maybe it's not. I totally understand that, but definitely give it a try. And Stasis catching some above ground lurkers here. That is not something you see every day. Look at these guys above ground stasis like idiots. These Lings getting stasis, that happens all the time to them. But lurker problematic for this number of stalkers for sure. Tempest can help pick off lurkers. They don't do bonus damage against them or anything, but still. This base is not back yet either. MaxPax expanding down the right side instead to that fourth base. Hasn't tried to retake the fourth as a fifth. A little bit confusing, I know. These Lings have Adrenal, folks. They've got Adrenal. They still get eaten by Storm, I can tell you that much. Stasis catching another Zergling. Wait, what triggered that stasis? And why is there nothing stasis? Maybe they killed it. I don't know. Serral face smashing his way in here, though. I don't know if that was the right idea. It's a lot of charge lots and Archons. Pretty good against these Lings and Hydras, undoubtedly. I mean, maybe not entirely good against the Hydras, but, you know. Got a Mothership over here. She might pop her Cloaking Field, which is now an activated ability, instead of just a permanent thing that it has for decisions I don't fully understand and reasons I don't get. Yeah, dealing with Hydras and Lings, Storm's great. Dealing with anything, really, Storm's great. Oh, abducting that Immortal so it can't retreat. Nice abduct. Both players are spell casting to the best of their abilities right now. We got a +1 air weapons. All sorts of coming in here from MaxPax. Is he going carrier? Or is he just getting upgrades for his Tempest? He could tech switch if he wanted. We're getting nanomuscular swelling from Serral. My least favorite upgrade, but hey, it's fine. We'll allow it right now. Corruptors in production to help deal with these Tempests. A good answer to Tempest and Mothership are Corruptors. +2 missile attack can help with that too. So Serral doing a pretty good job. Right, is over here, 196 supply, developing a bit of a bank. We've got an income favoring Serral largely over the last 5 minutes. This base, yeah, 3 lurkers are not enough to stop us, man. We've got Immortals in this group. We did pop the Cloaking Field. I don't know if that was necessary. I think maybe you could have dealt with that even with your guys not being invisible. Plus, there was an Overseer anyway. So the battle entirely happened with vision available to the Zerg player, so whatever. How many bases left? 2 bases left, right? This is kind of a smaller 2-player map. Amygdala corner bases are available. We do have Zelnaga Towers, keeping track of who's expanded where. I like the top left is being held by MaxPax, and the bottom right is being held by Serral. That's a kind of fun stuff. More Corruptors, Neural Parasite on the way, Burrow coming in here too. Production tab is just more High Templar. Immortals, this 5th base is now coming up from MaxPax. We've seen that as well. Abducts on these Tempests into groups of Hydras can be really good. These Zealots against Cracklings, but with, again, the Hydras on the support, those Zealots die really concerningly fast. Abducting and sniping a Tempest, but a couple Corruptors died there too. The damage, they're not invincible, those Corruptors. And then Mothership down the left side. Did it? I don't know. Time Warp and a Storm. Storm doesn't work against Spores? I'm not sure. I don't know if you're trying to hit something else there. Maybe a misplaced Storm. Haven't seen a misplaced Storm in a StarCraft game in a while. Oh, Stalker trying to harass from the low ground to the high ground here, but there's a Lurker on the high ground that says absolutely not. Bonus versus armor does apply to the Stalkers. So at this point, both players are looking okay. Both players are maxed out. Both players have about 75 workers. Both players have about 125 army. It's as even as it can be here, which is not good for the Zerg. He needs to have extra bases. He'd like to have more army supply. Protoss is going to be incredibly cost efficient. Neural Parasite can help with that, right? Changelings wander in. They're slow Zealots, which means they're easily determined to be Changelings, but that's Falcon's complaints that he's made for years now. We've got Lurkers. We got Corruptors. We got Lings. We got Hydras. This gold base has not been taken yet. I guess that is a base that MaxPax could take, other than the corners. Is he trying to... He's trying to knock down these rocks himself, give himself a bit of an attack path. Another one. But then, enough to one volley a lurker. There are just enough Tempests for that with just enough upgrades. +1 attack is enough. +2, just kidding. +2 is done on that air. No, +1. With +2 on the way. Oh, that's a +3. Ground attack. I was confused there. Ultralisk Cavern on the way. I don't know. Tempest do bonus versus massive, and that counts. Ultralisks. As someone who's made Ultralisks in a team game where the enemy has Tempests, yes, they die very quickly to Tempest. I'm not sure that's a good idea. Also, there are Immortals. Also, there are Archons. This is kind of an anti-Ultra composition by accident, I would say. I don't think MaxPax is anticipating Ultras, but if they showed up, he'd be very happy about it. So I don't know if he's just kind of keeping those Ultralisks in... Just keeping them in his back pocket. If he needs Ultras, he can go ahead and toss them out. Oh, this one Lurker harassing the gold base might force a cancel on this Nexus. I mean, Lurkers do bonus damage versus armored, which includes buildings. Never mind, we came around the backside and shut it down. Tectonic Destabilizers on the way for Tempest to give them the upgrade that helps them do bonus damage as a recall happens to here 2 buildings. Hooray! Gives them a nice orange attack, which is awesome. They can kill spores more quickly. That's why they were given that upgrade, because spore forests were really hard for Protoss players to deal with for a while. Not so much anymore because of Tectonic Destabilizers. Good job, Tectonic Destabilizers. We'll get it. Lurkers coming up. Ah, yes. Couple Lurkers burrowed behind a mineral line. Tale as old as time since Lurkers were introduced to StarCraft 2. You get 1 or 2 up here. Revelation gets tossed down. The Zealots can't handle it on their own. Probes are dying. This is a really problematic thing. The whole army comes back to deal with 2 Lurkers. 10 kills on that one, though. Not bad, but the whole army's there, which means you can maybe sneak over this way and take down this base. There's not a lot defending it, and the army's completely out of position. Yes, I love Serral splitting off just a few cracklings. He's making some Brood Lords, which is interesting. The number of Tempests would, again, I think maybe preclude you from doing that. I did force a recall over to this base, though. He just poked in far enough that MaxPax saw what was happening, and now you can't... Wait, what? Ah, okay, so he just recalled with the Nexus, and then the mothership's still over here. Good. So he's covering both positions. I like it. This Lurker is back. Are you hold positioning? Are you... Does he not have vision over there? Why is that not attacking? Well, it's dead now. We don't have an answer to that question. You can prevent it from attacking by holding stop. But, I don't think that's what that was. Anyway, fungal, the neural parasite on the follow, maybe, but forcing a recall, good enough, I guess. It is kind of a hybrid Skytossi army. It's not carriers, it's Tempests. Which, considering the range, this is good stuff. What is with this replay? Why are we... Oh, there's the orange attack. There it is. We can kill hatcheries faster, too. Hey, hatchery killed. How many hatcheries is down? 2. Remember that one that was building over here that didn't get canceled? That's a kill. That counts there. Observer sniped. Attempt to expand bottom right. Canceled. Zerg player trying to go here too. Who knows if he'll succeed, but maybe. Yeah, this gold base from MaxPax is happy. Serral has to rebuild his gold base. Sad Zerg tears. Which is okay. From a Protoss perspective, sad Zerg tears are happy tears. They're totally down with it. Big engagement here. Fungal getting tossed down, trying to dodge storms with the Corruptors as well as he can. Broodlords crushing everything on the ground. Not much actually bothering them whatsoever. Yeah, Archons don't want anything to do with that, but if you're running, the Tempest will shoot you in the back. Absolutely. And bam, that Broodlord is deader than a doornail. Tempests. Absolute menaces here, working on a +3 attack. Archons on the ground. Another attack coming in this way with just a couple Archons and Immortals. Not quite enough to deal with Lurkers. Especially not this many Lurkers. So far, so good. Oh, hatch down. Wants it, but again, Transfuse helping immensely. Corruptors are pretty good against air stuff, but if there are Archons on the ground or Psystorm they have to deal with, it's not as good, but they are pursuing to the ends of the earth here. They want the mothership. They want the blood. And they get the mothership. Nicely done. Really nicely done. These guys trying to harass the gold base, kill some drones, get fungled, and then a lurker takes out a High Templar. Brutal stuff. Ooh, that's a new Falcon word, brutiful. For brutal and beautiful engagements. MaxPax, down the bottom right, expanding. Top left, only base left. That doesn't have a base at it. Serral's retaking his gold. This is one heck of a PvZ at the highest level. I know it's been a lot of low-level games for you guys this month. I know it's been StarCraft Evolution. I know it's not been what you want, but we do have things for you as much as I can. StarCraft 2 is struggling at the pro level, at the highest level, and you know that, and I know that. There are no premier tournaments announced for 2025, and we're in April now, March, late March. It's not looking good. I thought Microsoft buying the StarCraft IP, along with everything else that was Blizzard and Activision, they would maybe understand RTS. They would understand the beauty that is StarCraft 2, but maybe not. Perhaps no. Perhaps a simple answer to that question was no. Another mothership on the way to replace the one that died. I like that MaxPax has this base. Income is creeping up into MaxPax's favor, and has been pretty good over the last 5 minutes for him. This is what I was waiting for Serral to do, is get Broodlords down here and totally shut down this gold base. Stalkers tried, no, dodging a fungal. Dude, if they got fungled and then Broodlorded, a lot of them would have died. Yeah, maybe not the whole Nexus, but 6 probes down. A small engagement up here with Lings. Lings getting murked. Resources lost, 23,000 to 31,000. Guess who has more lost? Based on what I told you earlier in the game about cost efficiency. Oh, this is a match. This is a beautiful PvZ. Thanks again, lotv.spawningtool.com. That's T as in toy, T as in Tom, T as in Tycho, T as in Teddy Roosevelt, T as in tsunami. But yeah, go check it out. If you need a build order for your ladder matches, if you need some replays, go check them out. They're free. You don't have to pay anything or sign up. Okay, Psystorm, Fungal, spells being cast aplenty. The lurker count is too much for MaxPax here. And that's a dead hatch. Bam, one volley of the orange globes taking it down. But army not covering middle. MaxPax is covering south and north, but middle, again, continuing to be a problem. Drones dying. The probes got out of there, it looks like. Trying to snipe down the Nexus, but again, we're back with the Tempest, and Broodlords must flee from before the Tempest, else they will die. I love sending one lurker into a base that has 17 cannons at it, and being like, boy, I can find a spot to, oh wait, I'll just run right in and die. That's fine too. Maybe freeing up supply? I don't know. For more Lings, sure, why not? +3 attack, +1 carapace for these Lings. Not the greatest of armor, but when there's this much Psystorm, it doesn't really matter how much armor you have. Like, both Archons and Storm just do not care about Zerglings. If they're 3 armor or 0 armor, they pretty much get chomped up as well. Oh, nice fungal time warp, storm, corruptors taking down their second mothership of the day. Tempest getting recalled out of there, but 2 or 3 of them have died at least. What are the corruptor upgrades at? They're at +2/+2 with a +3 attack on the way. It takes a minute, but that was a big engagement. How many? 8 Tempests have died, 2 motherships have gone down, and 26 corruptors for that blood. Top left is now coming in from Serral. Nobody has vision on it. Well, Serral does. MaxPax doesn't have vision on it. He's trying to expand here, too. They've both been kind of stepping on each other's toes with these corner expands here on Amygdala, which makes a lot of sense. All right, Serral, more Broodlords. He's like, Sky Toss must be dealt with by Sky Zerg. That is the only way this can be done. I mean, obviously, we want some Queens and some Infestors, too, and some Lings and Lurkers, but the most of it is the Sky Zerg. A Dark Shrine on the way. One behind Dark Shrine. Technically, MaxPax is down. I won't say he's behind. Yeah, this ground army wants nothing to do with this Infestor Broodlord comp. Nothing at all. Top left base canceled because some Archons showed up, and MaxPax is trying to take it. This is getting dicey all of a sudden. I gotta say, extremely dicey. Okay, can they finally chomp down? Yes, with +3 attack on the Broodlings, they take down the Nexus. Big win there from Serral. That's a gold base that still has minerals at it. Trying to attack this space with lurkers. Again, there's a lot of cannons there. I don't know what the plan is. I really don't. Burrow some of your lurkers here, Serral. That'd be a recommendation for you. But trying to warp in some zealots. Cracklings on top of that. Can't get a full surround on it. It doesn't actually matter, though, does it? Not even a little bit. Broodlords. Vipers in production. A third mothership for MaxPax. Sending an Archon Tempest High Templar army to kill like 4 Zerglings. Seems like a bit of overkill, but 'tis the nature of StarCraft. Time and time again. Burrowed Ling up here. Cast Revelation on it to show up. Oh, Lurker. Once again, one Lurker versus Warping in Nexus. Who wins? I think the Warping in Nexus does, but the Lurker's doing some work. Do you not have obs with this army? Are you just relying on Revelation? Are there obs? There's one obs on the map right now, and it's all the way over here, the top left. Guess Revelation will get the job done. These oracles are veterans, man. I mean, that one has 0 kills. He's probably new. But anyway, the fight for the top left continues. Zerglings. Okay, maybe don't try to throw this hatch down. There's a giant Protoss army inches from it. Yeah, okay. Cancel. Burrow and a burrowed drone. I like that you can see the mineral sticking out of the top of a burrowed drone. That's cute. And then he does expand there. After expanding there once, canceling it. This game is nuts. Lurkers on the right side. This is an epic PvZ is what this is. An epic PvZ in 2025. Again, don't take this for granted. There's got to be a way for me to like buy Serral replay packs, right? So I can cast them. Is he up for that? I don't know. The first carrier of the day dies immediately. This is not the game for carriers. I do not understand the concept of building. He's building another one. That's a dead hatch, top left. Gold Nexus dies again. MaxPax is very upset about this. Lurkers can outrange cannons, but just barely. And then if anything shows up that can fly, the Lurkers are in trouble. Yeah, the multi-pronged harassment of this game is what we're talking about. Top side, bottom side. Attacks up the middle. MaxPax replacing that Nexus for the 3rd time. 2 Nexuses have died. 4 hatcheries have gone down. There's a Neural Parasite for the first time on top of those Tempests. Beautifully done. And then the Tempest attacking their friends. Corruptors in there to help the Tempest attack their friends. At the same time, Broodlord's crushing everything on the ground. There's a carrier here, but he doesn't want to be here. The Archons are a little bit late to the party, and they do end up chasing the Broodlords away, at least for the time being. The Stalkers blink in. Lurkers and Broodlings and Fungals trying to keep those Stalkers from doing what they want to do. Another Fungal, mostly to kind of prevent the chase of these Broodlords, if nothing else. This is an insane engagement here. Another carrier dies. I don't know why we have carriers out here. I think the 2 carriers that have been produced today have died almost immediately after accomplishing almost nothing. Tempests are doing fine, MaxPax. I don't think we need more than that. He's got a nice gas bank, a mineral bank the size of Serral's, but Serral has 200 gas. He's not happy about that. You need gas to produce the units that will help you win this game. Psy-storming Broodlords is not as satisfying as Psy-storming Lings or Hydras, because they are incredibly tanky. More Cracklings just eating up Zealots. Again, the fully upgraded Cracklings, man. That's what we're talking about. That's how this works. They are so much better than Zealots as the late game gets going. Same thing as it is in the Brood War. Another attack. Jumping in. Another hatch is going to go down here. Are we base racing? Nexus dead. That gold base is never happening. This base is mined out. There is no gas. There are no minerals here. As a production facility, it's nice. But I don't think Serral needs it. I don't think he'll be replacing it is what I'm thinking. The micro and the decisions of when to pull back have been top tier, S tier, S++ tier from both of these players. Absolutely fantastic showing. The greatest of all showings here from these two guys, and one heck of a PvZ, best one I've cast in a long time. No wonder this was posted to lotv.spawningtool.com. This base is effectively mined out too. I like using cracklings to take down cannons that are being healed by shield batteries, because it's like, your puny heals cannot save you now. Because the cannons die anyway. They're being healed, but they die, because crackling DPS is way too much. Way too much for that to handle. This base has a total of 140 minerals at it, and that's all. It is not worth saving, I don't think. Although, in a base game like this, where every base is precious and every mineral patch is precious, maybe it's worth sending some probes over to mine those remaining minerals out. Serral's going to try to take this top left base again. But again, I just like to point out... that, yes, this is being guarded now. Alright, so Serral guarding his top left base with lurkers when there are tempests on the field, man. Distracting the air army. Oh my gosh, 2 more carriers. Alright, dude. And tempests guarding with its life. Oh boy, snap, 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 snipe, snipe, snipe. Ah, Neural Parasite, absolute chaos on display here. Archon's trying to go with again, going after Broodlings as much as they can. Another Psy Storm. The Corruptors are crushing everybody, though. The Air Army, once again, the carriers, I guess they're probably killing a couple Corruptors here and there. They're not immediately dead, so they're providing some value here, but it's 130.91 army supply. MaxPax's gas is gone. Serral's gas is gone. This little Stalker Mothership army is hilarious. I like it a lot, in fact. Okay, gonna take down another hatchery and maybe die. Oh, it doesn't get the hatch. Has to recall out of there before he can get it. Okay, Serral having this base is massive, especially for the gas income. Because we're running out of gas down here. 400 and 500 gas on these geysers. This one has more because this base has been under trouble. Been under attack and in trouble a lot more than any other base in the game thus far. This one's died a couple times. Might die again. Sending Zealots into a base where there are this many Lurkers and Broodlords around is just not a good use of Zealots, MaxPax. Just a lot of dancing here at 33 minutes. It's kind of a ragtag army for MaxPax. Catching these Lurkers in a Stasis Ward is not bad. Never say no to that. Again, second time in the same game, we get high ground Lurkers in Stasis. Kind of weird. More and more Tempests being added in from MaxPax. What a clash of the Titans this has been. Every Lurker but one survives coming out of Stasis. I love sending a Lurker up to harass this mineral line again when there's an army parked on it. Both players have kind of been struggling with this. A little bit of a sloppier game. Getting both Oracles is kind of a big deal, though. There's one Oracle remaining. Is it with the group? It is with the group. It's hiding in amongst the everything that is here, though. Understandably so. This Nexus dies. We never actually did mine the 140 minerals or so that are left of this base. And now he probably never will, unless it's a long-distance mining kind of a thing. Both players are incredibly starved out. This is close. This is a close PvZ, man. I know Serral's up in overall supply and, well, army supply a little bit too. But it's not enough. Not enough for him to feel comfortable about it, I can tell you that much. Zealot's on the move out again. I just don't know what you're gonna do. Maybe you'll kill this hatch. Not sure that Serral cares. Got enough hatcheries that he's not even injecting. His larva production is enough to keep up with what he needs in this late game. Generally about 8 hatcheries is the one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 7. 7 hatcheries will get him. He doesn't have the money to like remax from, 10 supply to 200 anyway. So he doesn't need a ton of larva. His queens are around for transfuses more than anything else. Surprised he hasn't thrown a transfuse down on a couple of these corruptors. They could really use it. Time warp down again. Stasis does come up. It does catch. Ooh, an infestor and 2 queens. That's a decent stasis there. More cracklings causing some issues up here. Going after an unpowered warp gate. This has been a sloppy game, I gotta say. Corruptors come in again. How many times have they had to dive in on top of this thing, eating storms, eating Archon shots? Where are the Archons now? I don't know. Tempests are not enough to deal with this many Corruptors. The Sky Army is not big for Protoss anymore. 5 Tempests and a Carrier. Creep spreading. Trying to push this creep up towards this gold base. MaxPax running out of gas, dude. 34 gas there. That one's out. Gas income not good. 2 assimilators running. 5 Void Rays on the way. Good against Corruptors. Good against Broodlords. That could be huge. Could be huge for MaxPax. Yeah, these Zealots on the ground are just not doing anything against these +3 attack Broodlings. They don't last as long as they did a year ago, but that doesn't really matter. Gold base in a lot of trouble. These probes are not being evacuated. Chomp, 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 chomp. That's another Nexus down, and by that I mean the same Nexus down for the 3rd time or the 4th time. Yeah, snipes it up with the Broodlords. How many times have you heard that in your life? Sniping with Broodlords. Weird stuff, man. Abduct. Oh, no, another Tempest down. Tried to feedback it. Couldn't get it in time. There we go. Prismatic alignment. Trying to eat these Corruptors. But no, there's too much. Zerg GG. Serral gets the win. Oh, it's a Wardy game. Oh, check out Wardy, man. Gotta check him out. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel in the description. But incredible stuff there on Amygdala. A 36 and 54 second minute PVZ. A bloodbath of epic proportions. Anytime you get over 60,000 resources lost, it's a good game. 76,000 for MaxPax. 67,000 for Serral. Remember when Serral had more resources lost? I remember that. That was not ideal. Not ideal to see it flipped there for MaxPax at the end of the day. Income, yeah, going down in the Serral's favor over the last 2 minutes or so. 60 seconds or so. 6 Nexuses killed today. 6 of them. 5 hatcheries killed, of which I would argue 3 of them didn't really matter. 75 probes died. Only 38 drones died. 4 motherships dead there too. 3 carriers. Carrier lived at the end of the game. Good job, Carrier. You are a hero. But yeah, this came down to a very sparsely mineraled and gassed Amygdala in 36 minutes. A lot of bases mined out, a lot of desperate situations here. Nobody has any kind of a gas bank at all. Remax is going to be very difficult. You have to be very careful about deciding what to spend your gas on. So, what a game for your Tuesday. Like, what an absolutely fantastic game for your Tuesday. We are looking at a great showing there from Serral, taking down MaxPax. Again, two players who are incredible in a 36-minute PVZ. What a great showing. What a great showing there from our guy, Serral. Incredible Finnish player. You know him. I know Protoss players are sad, but I think MaxPax is your best hope. Taking Serral to a 36-minute game. And yeah, just killing the gold base over and over. Zealot run-bys getting utterly destroyed by cracklings and lurkers. And how do you harass Serral? I don't know. I do not know. But with that thought, GG Serral. Better luck next time, MaxPax. And that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Woof. You can also find me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.